All right, the market gave us a rally this week with a little bit of a pullback, but are we going to land in a demand zone, supply zone, or are we going to just continue the sideways action? I am Ryan, your host today, and I'm going to come with a weekly video as often. I know it says weekly, but hopefully I don't miss a week. And I'm going to try and do a weekly video on the broad market using the SPY or the S&P 500 futures. Again, I'm Ryan from Precision Trading Labs, and I am the co-founder here along with my business partner, Mitch Firestone. I'm going to go through just the SPY, and if I have to, I'll go use the ES, but I'm going to look at it on the higher to the lower time frame, see if we find anything worthwhile that we can keep our eyes on for Monday. Remember, if you're planning your week ahead and you're actively looking for trades, my goals for this video to help you think like a pro and not really be just chasing your tail every week and chasing every trade. You know, everything you see online. I get these messages from people like, I saw Elon Musk is going to buy Boeing, and should I do this? And just take it slow, one step at a time. What we're going to do in here now is I'm going to clean this chart off 110%, and I'm just using TradingView for my chart. I don't have toss up, something simple that everybody can use. That is a free tool. That's just TradingView is awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to do through a 3-step process, folks, to go in and look for what we want here. And we're using the daily chart, and I'm going to spread this out so I can get a little bit more room. Here's basically this week. The market was closed on Monday for Memorial Day. We got a little bit of a gap down in the open on Tuesday, as you can see here. Again, I should make that a little bit bigger. Okay. And, we had some red days here. Market seemed to bottom out right there. And then, can you call it a comeback? I don't really know. Last week we got that gap up and a little bit of a recovery. Right now we're just jumbled right in here. Let me grab the square. I call this still sideways, guys. It's just me. You're gonna have good days long, good days short, and it is what it is. If this is your first rodeo seeing one of these kind of markets, tread lightly, and comment below or look in the description. Book a call with me, and I'll give you some pointers on how to build your way through them. We need something to push if we're going to push the upside. All of this area here is just an impediment. But once we get through there, we'll have some room to go through. I'm going to drop down to the 2-hour, and I think it's going to look a little bit clearer here. So why am I using the 2-hour? We'll talk about that on a call. Just go ahead, link in the description. But we've got these areas here that could hold price up. So let's say we get a little bit of a pullback on Monday. Let's say the big man tweets this weekend about trade with China. As long as we don't gap below it. Oh, I forgot to do the disclaimer. Disclaimer will be in the description. I am not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only. But notice that area, that gap up. If we do hit that, I think that's a potential area. It's not my favorite, but I think it'll hold price up for long enough. Okay. And then you'll notice here, all this has now become, resistance, let's say. And then fill that in with like a blue. All right. And then if I look left, here, all this area here has been chewed up. All right, so there was good supply in there, and all of this has been beaten to hell. I've used a different word, but we still have to get through here to get there. I don't know. It's going to take a little time for price to chew through there. Now, could there be a breakthrough in either Ukraine or the trade talks with China, and that really gaps the market up? Sure. Or could we get an interest rate cut? I don't know when the next the next Fed meeting is, but it's still got to chew through this one, and then when I tighten this up a bit, it's got to get through there. So let's put some lines on and just identify what we want to be looking at. All right, and again, this is big picture analysis to how to look at the market, not necessarily something we're going to look to trade right off of until price gets to where we want it to. Okay, so there's 2 areas there. I want price to trade through here and trade through this. So it's got to chew through all of that. Not going to be the easiest thing. We might be in for a couple more, tougher, weeks for the market to get through that. And then ultimately, I think we wind up, how long does it take? I think we'll be looking at there as a good supply area. Now, it's a little small as a concern. If you guys are a supply and demand trader or technicians, that's not exactly like you need basically a wick touch and a reaction. Not my favorite. not my favorite. And we've got some demand and support below, but I think price is going to not think. Let's see what the market does on Monday, and if it doesn't chew through here, I think we'll head down back down here, and the trade will look something like that, or the chart will look something like that if this trade works out, and then we'll get a reaction to the upside. It's still got to chew through there. It's going to take a lot. The risk is going to get bigger and the reward's going to get smaller, and that's not something you want to be doing. And that's my thoughts on where the SPY is now. Let's just drop down a little bit more into the 1 hour, 30 and 15, and see if that changes our outlook on anything a little bit. I still like that 2 hour zone in yellow. 15. The 30 kind of really captures it. Okay. And maybe we can make this. That's a pretty nice supply area too. I do prefer the 2 hour over, the higher the time frame, higher the quality for the most part. Okay. Now you're going to say, Ryan, I've seen you trade, 1-3s and 5-minute charts. Okay, that's what I'm doing intraday setup. This is analysis for bigger picture, or maybe I'm going to buy, bigger picture calls or do something like that. So in here is pretty nice, right there on the 30, and I like that a lot. Okay, so that's my outlook on the SPY, guys. I don't want to keep this too long, and it's not a lot of ways for me to say that I think price still has a ways to go before we can get really bullish. It's got to chew through all that supply. Now, will that be fast? I don't. Sometimes you'll get that big, they call the extended range candle. We call it a big ass candle. Price has to get through all that area in blue, and then also has to get through that second area that I told you about here. Oh, wait a second. There might be something I didn't see here. Yeah, I mean, I think price is going to have a hard time getting through there. Even though there's like some stuff in here, this still looks like there's a little bit juice left in it. So anyway, I think price will hold, below 600 for a little while, and maybe we have a couple of chances to get back in and get a pretty good risk reward. Right now, my outlook on the SPY is really that. It's just I think we hold below that 605 area for a while, and then it's going to have to chew through it. Just going to have to chew through it. If you want to get more information on how I do this kind of analysis, go to the link in the description, schedule a Zoom call with me. What I'll do is I will take you through my analysis using a live market. So if you book during the day, basically what I'll do is I will tell you what kind of trades I'm looking at, and I'll set one up right in front of you. With that, guys, I will also link to some other material I'll put a watch list in the description so you can see some of our other content and let me know if you're more of a beginner. You're doing some trades, you're doing okay, just not making the money you want. You can definitely comment below. With that, if you would also like this video and subscribe to our channel, it really helps the algorithm. So with that, guys, I'm going to take off. Again, I am Ryan from Precision Trading Labs, and I will see you next time. Thank you.